Ooh, why not today? Here we go, Skate Punk Lefty, back, new video. Okay, let's get started. What do I talk about? So first of all, I didn't even have no ideas for any videos, and I was intending to push making a video to tomorrow. I got an hour left to do this, and some of my friends and stuff, and I know who the fuck they got it from, keep sharing this dipshit who I covered, I want to say like maybe a few months back to a year back, where he tries to quietly talk and pretend like he's like intelligent, but does nothing but bash women and put up content about how women are degenerate and are always doing something wrong. And this list of things keep going. It's like I don't want to say it's going viral, but it's being shared unfortunately by some peers of mine, and I feel need to cover this bullshit, this guy again. And in fact, I dislike this guy so much. He's getting two videos today. This mediocre tutorials and reviews, motherfucker. Like whoever the fuck this guy thinks he is. So before we get into this, entitled women makes date list and it backfires.
So this list has been going
real fast. Is that because what wound up happening is the meme basically, I don't know if he's gonna show it in his video, and I guess I can step ahead a little bit and just talk about this this thing that's going on and stuff like that. I'm gonna tell you from a perspective of somebody who's actually been a victim of this right wing red pill belligerent bullshit. And I didn't have it easy with women. I'm not sure if I was more red pill or black pill, but what I do know is that growing up in a black neighborhood, being a black alternative kid, and also not having the best clothes and not really knowing how to have style and what have you, I didn't have the best luck with women. But you want to know what didn't fix my problems and make things any better? Is having an adversarial relationship with women. Anybody that's teaching you that all women are a certain type of way and that you gotta pay women to be with you, anybody who's telling you that all women are like fat and lazy, anybody that's always bringing up the flaws in women, and or things that women do like OnlyFans and stuff like that, is not somebody that you should be listening to with advice. All in all that I'm telling you is that if somebody is teaching you to have adversarial advice with women, they're not a good man that you should be getting dating advice from, and vice versa for women too. If you are a woman and it's a woman telling you that all men ain't shit and you should be against men and what have you, that's not good dating advice either. And vice versa, any man telling you that all women ain't shit is not a good representation of good advice either. Because let me tell you about these people. These people that give this flawed and backwards advice are in it for profit. They benefit from your loneliness, your ostracization, and the fact that you keep clicking for the next video. So they're never going to give you advice within any parameters that's going to actually help you be successful in dating. Nor are they going to give you a real story to teach you that you just got to be patient, you just got to be understanding, or you just ain't gonna just overnight find the woman that you're quote unquote looking for, or the man that you're quote unquote looking for, and it will constantly feed you slop from one side to the other. I feel like nowadays men is worse than women, because men often at the time, not only because men don't just stop at being, and women at least correct themselves somewhere down the line. And I'm not talking about leftist feminist women. I'm talking about women, like divestors or whatever the fuck they call them, that just say, oh, man ain't shit, you gotta protect yourself from men. And these red pill guys both benefit from the persecution and loneliness of men and women. And that's regardless of what race that they are, though. And they're never going to give you real advice about being patient, about how to better take care of yourself, about different things that you can do to meet and talk to people. They're not gonna have a systemic analysis. Especially the red pill guys are not gonna have a systemic analysis on what's really screwing over men. Notice a lot of these men always talk about how men have it hard, but they never criticize capitalism. They never criticize in patriarchy or white supremacy. Everything's about something women's doing instead of the system at large being, anti-men or just anti-human at this point. So anybody that's teaching you that the other gender or someone else of a minority group is the problem, They are not someone that you should be taking dating advice from. I've been there, done that. I've seen people try to do it, and it leads you nowhere. It's an endless cycle of hate and ignorance, and you will become self-absorbed. You will become ignorant, and that's from either side. Because I know that today we're talking about a quote-unquote red pill men's rights activist, but there are a lot of women out there who are not feminists, who are just anti-men. They just hate men. And they give women, similarly bad advice without criticizing the systems that cause men and women to act a certain way. Or, like I said, giving them actual advice that can lead them to a partner, which would take a whole nother video by itself. And, as I've gotten married, recently this year, I can tell you, you ain't going to find, a woman overnight. But let's see what the fuck this idiot's talking about.
Absolutely parabolic all over your favorite social media of choice, and I wanted to go through it with you guys.
And you got to keep this in mind also, like this the car noises you hear is because I live in a motor city, so everybody has a fast vehicle, motorcycle, car, muscle car, sports, whatever. So if you hear loud noises like that, I'm sorry.
All right. What it says here is there's a list of places women absolutely refuse to go on a first date. And thank you to the ladies who reached out to me to help me on this list. So
didn't no women reach out to this bitch ass nigga to help him with this list? If anything about this list that I'm guessing is about to come up, it was probably written as a satirical joke, because I read the list and there's so much stuff on there that like take this for instance. Nobody thinks of McDonald's to take a woman on a date. Nobody fucking thinks about that. If you're going to take a woman on a date, obviously you're going to take her to at least a medium restaurant or a special event, or maybe a fancy restaurant if you got paid good that week or something like that, or if you just got it like that. I feel like this is another thing, like when he was yelling at that one woman that was in the car, the light-skinned girl who my wife looks like, ironically enough. Not the same person, but I'm saying they look very similar. But the point being is that I'm guessing that this list was a complete fucking joke, and then a bunch of incels that are like masturbating like fucking crazy every day and calling women bitches on the internet every single time they get a chance, took this seriously and directed it against women in a way that this was not meant. It was not meant to be called for. That's what I'm guessing, because it was ridiculous shit on this list. It's pretty much this list, and I feel like I hope he doesn't go through it one by one, because I don't got all fucking night. But I feel like this list is the same joking list that I've seen before, and I don't really think that this was, like, it was not meant to be taken seriously. But people who hate women take anything women say seriously and paint it as a broad brush to be the representation of women and or feminism when they can crowbar it together.
I don't know where exactly what lady this comes from, but it's multiple ladies, so this represents a degree of the modern woman today. Now,
no, it does not, bro, especially if it was put together as a satirical joke, because I know that no one is going to take a woman on a date to McDonald's.
Instead of me just going through each of the ones that they wrote down here, I found another video of a young lady speaking about everything on the list in order to bring a degree of balance, normalcy to this list. But stick with me towards the end of the video, because it's actually a new and improved fellas version of the same damn list that we got to go over. Without further ado.
Okay, let's get into this list. Number one is Cheesecake Factory, and you know the reason why, because of that video.
Women have 100% asked people to go on dates to all these places before. These are just like restaurants. The only one on here I would say that's pushing it is the gym and fast food chain. This is clearly a fucking joke, bro. You have got to be kidding me, bro. That I'm really going over another video where this motherfucker takes a list of satirical things, because I've taken women to dates to all these places before. My wife and I has went to a date to Applebee's, to IHOP before. We done went to buffets before. I done, went to Buffalo Wild Wings and shit like that. We done went to the movies. We went to Olive Garden. The only place we haven't really been to is like Denny's and the fucking Cheesecake Factory. Nobody goes on a date to no fucking Chipotle, because obviously that's more of a fast food restaurant. This is clearly a satirical fucking list of things, because pretty much anywhere within the parameters of being affordable is on this fucking list. And I'm not saying that just about me, like, oh, you can't afford nothing better. No, I'm saying it as in this is literally a list of just like random fucking places put together. And somehow this is being crowbarred together as oh, look at all these places women don't want to go. They're really stuck up. And keep in mind, dude, like if you ever even been in a relationship or dated anybody fucking before, you already know that plenty of women ask you sometimes to go see movies. Like my wife and I went to go see Barbie on a date. And then ironically that same day we drove downtown and went to Applebee's. I done took women to dates on Buffalo Wild Wings. I took my ex-girlfriend there. I done went to buffets both with my wife now and a few exes. I also went to IHOP. Never went to the gym. That's a whole nother thing. Like, I can't stand gym culture, or these motherfuckers like him, they ruin the gym for people. They make me never really want to go because, you know, they're fucking degenerate psychopath fucking dick beating losers who fucking think everything's like low T, but hey bro, maybe we should figure out ways to organize society so it's not so hard for everybody. Everybody shouldn't have to work as hard as they. That's like low T, bro. No, seriously though. I'm really going over. I'm like making jokes, chomping at the bit now because there's really nothing to fucking say here. This is clearly, and if this bitch is dumb enough to like dive in with it to be a pick me, like what's that one bitch just pearly things or whatever. This is clearly satire. This is clearly satire. Just about anybody who can watch this video or watch my video has went on a date at all these places before. So I'm not understanding like what's the point here. These are just restaurants mostly and activities. I guess if we talking first date, first date. Even if it's the first date. People have gone to the movies together before. People have gone to fucking concerts. People have gone to Red Lobsters. And people have gone places where they just sit down and eat. Shit, with my ex a few years ago, our first date was at Starbucks. It doesn't fucking matter, bro. Like, like no woman, like I said, because keep in mind, and I'm telling you, and I can only stress it enough, no woman thinks like this. This is just reinforcing you having an adversarial relationship or view of women, so you keep going back watching a dumbass videos. That's it. That's the only reason why this video is being made, because clearly this list is satire. Damn. They say conservatives can't understand satire. Damn.
Yo, I love the Cheesecake Factory. Okay? And before that video, all I saw on my timeline was Cheesecake Factory slander. And I used to read it, scroll like, I love the Cheesecake Factory.
What's being said here, man?
So I don't know what the hell you're talking about. And all of a sudden, since that bitch said, don't take out on no motherfucking Cheesecake Factory, y'all love the Cheesecake Factory. Sick. Anyway.
No, these are like normal women on the internet just telling you that you full of shit. You and this guy that's trying to use you as a bludgeoning tool to push his misogyny. Those are just women telling you that y'all are full of shit. That's all it is. Like, it's not because women are lying or all of a sudden they're like backpedaling. No, there's plenty of women out there that will want to go to on their first date to any of these places.
Notice what she said, that all on her timeline there was a whole bunch of Cheesecake Factory slander before last week's video went viral. So, you know, shout out to the platform. The more that we begin,
you can only believe these people as far as you can fucking possibly throw them, because she could be completely making that the fuck up. Or it could be like 2 or 3 women on there saying like, ew, Cheesecake Factory, you know, maybe they don't like the calories that cheesecake puts in your body and stuff like that, which may or may not necessarily get burned off. You can't take that seriously. Like, you know, as word from them. Because it can be 3 comments saying, I don't want to go to Cheese Factory, fuck that. Then it could be 10 like, yeah, you know what? Cheesecake Factory, first date, fine. Because like I said, no normal woman thinks like this, dude. They want you to think the average woman is like really stuck up and bitchy and want you to take them to a restaurant where you're spending like $78 or something like that. When most women are not like that.
to talk about these things, the more that we begin to tip the scale. Lego.
Or to Applebee's.
Because most women understand that on the first date and stuff like that, you're not supposed to be spending a lot of money. Most women realize and are comfortable with that. And they understand if they go, you know, even a Buffalo Wild Wings or something like that, so you can spend only like $45, $50, they get it. Because they're not in yet. Y'all are not friends yet. So nobody wants to be spending, you know, over $50 on a date. Like most normal working class women understand that shit.
But I'll go. Chili's the same. Chipotle, no. Olive Garden, I'll never have to go to Olive Garden another day in my life. The movies, I love the movies, but it's not a first date thing. But I still would love. I love the movies. Your house is insane. Your house
Yeah, that's just perverted. You know what
is
that
number one
means?
for me. Any fast food chain, nah. Buffalo Wild
Because of course, now you don't take no woman on no first dates, McDonald's or Burger King. Fucking obviously.
Wings is a fast food chain, but whatever. I'll go without picking for me. No.
It can be kind of festive and done right. You can sit down, you actually dine in and get a table at Buffalo Wild Wings too.
Wingstop,
It's a
I'll go
fast
where I
food
pick it.
restaurant.
No.
I wouldn't.
Red Lobster, never have to go to Red Lobster again.
What's so crazy to me about this list as well is that like it just goes to show you kind of the intelligence of the people who got together. Like she's thanking people.
This list is made by like it's literally. I'm sure this is satire. I'm 100% sure this is satire again, and not meant to be taken seriously. It's literally people who go on walks for first dates and stuff like this. People who have picnics and sit at the park on first dates and shit like that. So, all this bullshit about, oh, look, these people put it together. They're so stuck up and mean and show how modern women are. Bullshit, man. You're full of it.
To help her on this list, but they got together. But all of these things are not mutually exclusive. Like if you say any fast food chain, why are you also saying Chipotle?
I can guarantee you it's dates where the first date was a man and a woman or whoever in between just went to a downtown area and they just ride the e-scooters. I'm sure that people have done first dates like that too. Like, dude, it's so many different ideas on for dates on how you can save money, how you can sort of be festive, how you can explore, and how you can even do some things for free sometimes, like having a picnic or whatever. It's so many different ways where you can go on these dates and stuff like that and not really spend money if you're like if you have initiative and ingenuity in your mind. And like I said, I don't know why I'm responding to this seriously, because this is meant for men that are angry at women to respond to. And this is just satire. I'm 100% sure that if I showed my wife or anybody else this list for like first date ideas, they would not take it seriously. Some of these are kind of obviously you don't do. Like you don't ask the woman to come into your house on a first date. You don't take no woman to McDonald's or Burger King. And you don't ask a woman to go to the gym so y'all can work out and not talk. Because you already know a first date is the first time you sitting down talking to each other and getting to know each other. So I'm not getting this. I'm not understanding why is this being taken so like seriously. Like I just really don't understand.
Right? Why are you also saying Buffalo Wild Wings? And by the way, if the chick likes you enough, any of these would suffice. But also notice that
most women will though. Most women understand. Look. First of all, most women, regardless of how they look, your average working class woman don't care if you're rich or not. They care about what type of person you are. Like, and there's some women out there that do look for people that are rich, but that's not every single fucking woman. Most working class women, like I said, they understand, especially if the first date is something that's under $50. No woman, when you first meet them and they know you work for a living, like you work at Chrysler, some shit, is expecting for you to be spending like $178 on a fucking date. Like most normal women understand that. They work for a living too. They know how fucking valuable money is. Women, and it's like, let me tell you something. I wasn't trying to give dating advice during this video because this would take a whole nother fucking hour. But most women want somebody that's not, abusive and somebody that's trying in life. It's women out there that don't give a fuck if you work at McDonald's and y'all go for a walk on your first date. Most women want somebody that's at least trying to be a good person, even if it's in your own special way. They don't give a fuck about none of this shit like, oh, you got to make $1 million and have a Chrysler 300 sitting outside in the lot, and then if you don't have that, you can't go on the ride. And yeah, bro, you sound really low T right now. I bet your wife cheats on you because no. What if it's just not as hard as these people make it sound to find somebody? It's pretty difficult out there due to the isolation caused by capitalism, but it's not so hard to the point where you gotta spend your entire life slaving and working for these corporations that don't care about you and end up on the wrong side of everything.
Tiers here. So you got like an Applebee's, Chili's, as well as an Olive Garden, right? Those are all like on the same tier. Cheesecake Factory would be above that tier. But I think the context of the situation of a first date, right, is going to show to a degree how much do you know her and then vetted her previously to thinking that she's a good date option versus how much that you're willing to risk the money within your wallet. But the context of that may be...
No, what the fuck are you talking about? No woman expects you to spend like a bunch of money on a first date. Most women expect the first date to be cheap. Even if the woman, because look, dude, most women who I've taken on first dates and stuff like that, and even women that I've dated, women, who I've, with, women who I've dated for a certain amount of time, even a woman that I'm married to now, will often half and half it on your first date. Because women understand the value of money. Like, this world that they're painting that women expect a man to be super rich and for you to take her on a fucking helicopter ride for the first date is not real. And you listening to these motherfuckers is doing nothing but reinforcing your anger, your frustration, your own plight against women. And it's not going to help you. It's not going to get you a woman.
Where you are at in your life and also where she at in her life. If you're on a college campus and you over to go to Chili's and or Applebee's, that could be extremely fine. But if you're 35 years old and you video chatted with her for a couple of...
They still wouldn't care. They still wouldn't care. They're just restaurants that every like normal working class person has access to. I don't understand what the point that's being made here. Well, I do get it. It's trying to say that all women are gold diggers that expect to go fucking paragliding on the first date, but of course, not true.
Hours beforehand, and you think that she's a worthy candidate, then going to Chili's and Applebee's and the Olive Garden is probably not the best bet, pimp.
Buffet, no. IHOP, yuck. Denny's, The gym, I would love to go to the gym. Church, pass. Starbucks, no.
You'll be surprised how many women would want to go to church on a first date.
I don't drink coffee. Coffee dates.
I never been on a date to the gym.
I've been on a coffee date before though. Like, and that girl she was my girlfriend for 2 years. So, just saying.
But that's actually a fantastic idea because you can see right then and there their discipline, their work ethic. They may choose to not...
You know this is satire because women love ice cream. I never met a woman in my entire life who didn't want some nice cold ice cream when it's 52 degrees outside. Family functions might be a little bit much because, when this is the first time you're meeting her, she may or may not want to, boy, move. She may or may not want to, yeah, lots of cat in this video. She may or may not want to meet your family members and stuff like that. Movie night, that's date at your house basically, or her house. And that's up to her discretion if she wants to do that or not. Most women don't. Somewhere that requires a long drive, most women actually on the first date want to stay close to home because they want to vet you if you're a fucking kidnapper or something. No, women will go bowling with you. Women obviously don't want to go to nightclubs because that's whole territory for men and women. Hookah bar, I've never been. A bar just for drinks, I've done that before. Waffle houses, I'm sure women don't care. Sporting events, I'm sure that I don't think that's a good place for a first date because you're supposed to sit down and get to know the person. You can't do that if you at a game screaming. But I guess if you find a way to make it work, you can make it work. But I'm sure this list is satire because it's pretty much a list of every possible thing that you can do with the woman that's within reasonable obtainment, that both like getting there and affordability. So I'm sure this list was made by a bunch of people being satirical. And like I said, this guy is trying to force you to take this shit more seriously, very seriously, more seriously than it really is. So you stay angry and you keep an adversarial relationship with women, so then you keep coming back watching his fucking videos, getting angry, getting pissed off, and then you in a never-ending cycle. Then he passed you on to people like Fresh and Fit. You might get passed on to Andrew Tate. Hell, tomorrow you might be a neo-Nazi. Point being is that these videos like this only exist to lie to you and keep you in a cycle of hatred. And most normal working class women don't think like this. They understand going bowling. Some women will go to sporting events with you. There's women that will go to church. And then places like Applebee's, IHOPs, and Chili's are just restaurants. And women will go there with you. And it's like I said also, it's women who will literally go hiking and shit with you for a first date. Will ride e-scooters with you for a first date. Will go walk around a downtown and go to 7-Eleven with you. It's like different kinds of women out here that have different parameters of what they would want for a first date. So this bullshit trying to say like, oh, women are so stuck up and full of themselves. Look at the simple stuff that they won't accept anymore. This dude's lying. This dude's lying to you. And you're going to stay angry and keep coming back watching this shit. You do you if you do, but if I was you, I would stay away from these motherfuckers because they don't do nothing but keep you angry.
Put on makeup, or you bring them through cardio and have them sweat so they can burn through their makeup so you can see exactly what it is that they look like. But I can tell it's a group of land whales.
Go ahead and finish it.
That put this together, because why else would they put the gym in this?
Stupid that they put Starbucks and coffee.
But it's restaurants in there too. So the fat joke really don't work, because if restaurants, if they were fat, why would they have put all those restaurants in there? If we were making like fat jokes and shit, you don't make any sense, dude. You can't 1 second say that, women don't want to go to these restaurants, they're too good and stuck up, and then they put the gym on there, which would be kind of a weird first date. But some women out there will accept that. You never know. And now they're all land whales. Like, this makes no sense to you, dude. Like, and it's like, I gotta do what I did in the Gothics video that I've been doing in videos, and I gotta ask you as a man, does this sound realistic to you? Does this sound like a good person to listen to for dating advice and advice on who you can see and who you can talk to in your life? This seems like a man to get your advice from? Do you really think if you told a woman for the first date that you want to go to like Chili's or IHOP, she'd be like, ew, I don't want to go there. Have you even tried doing it yet? And it's like I said earlier in this video, women are not expecting to go fucking skydiving, helicopter rides, and fucking mountain climbing on the first dates or flying to fucking France. Most women work for a living and understand the value of money, and they just want somebody who's trying to do something with their lives and someone who's not abusive. So you don't have to be rich or take no woman on no super special first date in order to make it a long-term relationship. And last but not least, it's like I keep seeing it over and over. I'm sure this list was made satirically. I'm sure that's not serious.
Coffee dates, like, what the fuck
Yeah,
you think?
this is idiots that make this.
Coffee dates, I'll go
because it's satire, dumbass.
I want to get out of the house, just like you want to get out of the house, but when you see me again, you won't. It seems like you just have to still. You only had 5 seconds to steal away. I don't know. Don't worry about me, my boy.
Because most people don't even like to go on long drives for their first date. Because like I said, women don't want to be kidnapped somewhere. That's number one. 2, most people got to be at work in the morning or that afternoon or evening the next day. So most people don't like going on long drive for dates anymore between at least 18 and 35. But if you like 35 and up, you've been working somewhere 10 to 15 years and you can take like a day off or something like that, yes. But most millennials and Gen Z, they want to be back home so they can go to work the next day or go to college classes.
Ice cream dates, cute, I'll go. Family functions, I don't even know if I like you. Why would you take me to see your entire family?
Just fucking weird.
No.
Yeah.
That's true.
Movie night, some house shit, it's a no. Somewhere that requires a long drive, I would love to go on a long drive, as long as I'm not driving. Bowling, no. Nightclubs, no. Hookah, a bar just for drinks, I'll go when you see me again.
I don't agree with the bowling one.
Why are we taking her word for it any fucking way? I just thought about that, man. I'm about to skip this part because women fucking, and it's like, I guess because I want to let the video play, but I'm skipping to the other half of this video after this. Why the fuck are we taking her word for it? I don't know this motherfucker. fuck?
And the division between it. Meanwhile, the clapback is absolutely brutal, yet absolutely
by Black Republican and white supremacy supporting Kevin Samuels with a list of dipshit things to get mad about. Single mothers, you can't women you shouldn't take on a date. Notice how things we don't want to be a first date somehow transforms into slandering women in general. Because a woman made a satirical list about not wanting to go to IHOP or to an ice cream shop on a first date, which I'm sure was satire because a lot of those things on that list are often first dates. We somehow slam ourselves into, okay, we're slandering women now. Thanks for the censorships, dipshit. If we really gonna have to go through this shit one by one, cause like I said, I need the video content, so I'm gonna let this dumb motherfucker talk. But all this shit's stupid. All this shit is fucking stupid.
absolutely hilarious. Group of men made a list of women you shouldn't take.
And to be honest with you, this is like every woman nowadays. This is like a lot of women just have shit like this. And you know, I really don't think this is satire, because people like this at the end of the day, they serve the interest of fascism because they want women to be deprived socioeconomically or socially of any rights, or of, you know, differentiating themselves in societies, of self-expression, you know. And I'm not even just talking about sex work, I'm talking about generally, because it's a lot of things on this list that are just normal shit that, you know, women have. Like some women are just single mothers. What if the man was beating her and he left? Oh, she picked that man. You don't know if somebody's going to be abusive until you get into a relationship with them. What type of shitty argument is that? Plus, you probably defend Andrew Tate, so you're a fucking woman beater. Fuck off. Women with tattoos. I was talking about this with my friends earlier. Just because a woman has fucking tattoos, it doesn't matter. Because there's a lot of smooth body, mean, arrogant bitches out there that don't have tattoos. Same can go for men. Sex workers and OnlyFans models and shit wouldn't date you any fucking way, because a lot of people that are dunking on those women are, first of all, subscribing to them, having private chats with them, calling them sexy and beautiful and giving them their fucking money, and then turn around saying that they ain't shit and hating them. Women with a Instagram page, so the woman can engage in like social media and post memes and shit like that. She's supposed to be a fucking recluse from society. She's not supposed to be communicating with people, both friends or family members and shit. What if she has like female friends? What if she has gay friends? What if she has like family members who she likes to keep updated? What if she's like into different things and stuff like that, like different type of clothing cultures and shit that women are into? Or if she's into like anime and stuff, she likes to see memes and, you know, clips and shit like that. Social media is literally for entertainment. And if somebody has a fucking Instagram page, it doesn't mean the woman is a bad person. A lot of shit like this is just fucking normal. Ooh, my wife has a non-ear piercing. Ain't that a bitch? I dated a woman with unnatural hair color, and they turned out at the end of the day to be good women, even if it didn't work out. Women on dating apps. How do you meet women nowadays if you're not on a fucking dating app? This is all a bunch of stupid bullshit, bro. Like, honestly. American black women. See what I'm saying? How women said, made a satirical list about how they don't want to go on a, I said we. How they don't want to go on a first date somewhere, which I'm sure was satire. And somehow that turned into slandering women at large. Again, ask yourself as a man, does that sound honest to you?
On a date, number one, single mothers. And I think absolutely, if you're a single young man with no children, just disregard all of the single mothers. But if you got like two...
It's up to you, man. I'm going to tell you right now that love is very blind. Although I've never dated a single mother before, every woman that's a single mother is not a bad woman. Is not a woman who's been abused. Is not a woman that's trying to take advantage of you and shit like that. Most women who are single mothers, especially if they are the ones with the children, often at the time nowadays, there's a stereotype, especially in black community, that, oh, single mothers are just looking for a man to take care of them. No, but they be fucking working. They be fucking at Chrysler. They be at motherfucking Uber Eats. They be motherfucking like door dashing. They be like, you know, fucking work a factory job and you have a restaurant job. A lot of women have that motherly instinct and they will take care of their kids outside of your punk ass. And I'm gonna say it like that, like they will say it, because a lot of y'all niggas need to wake the fuck up and hear this. Every woman that's a single mother is not some woman fucking sitting, you know, in a fucking, you know, in a fucking dusty ass fucking Section 8 apartment waiting on a man to take care of her bills. No, often in the fucking time when women are single mothers, they handle they shit. So this stereotype, like, oh, single mothers, they're trying to just use me, and it's like, yeah, it's some out there that are like that, but most of them are not. Because often the time, every time I've seen a fucking single mother, they are double shift, 2 jobs, government assistance and a job, and then your punk ass come up. She's just looking at you to date you. She just honestly wants somebody to fuck too. She's not looking for you to take care of her fucking kids most often of the time. That's just a fucking stereotype. And again, you keep listening to shit like that, it's keeping you single.
2, 3, 4 kids, you might need to settle for a damn single mother, unless you got absolutely every component of your life together. Woman with tattoos. Facts. I'll give some allotment.
That is really fucking retarded. How the fuck does somebody having a tattoo or not, especially you guys that are like quote unquote in kind of like the nerd community, like you are fucking especially I noticed that a lot of black skateboarder dipshits been listening to shit like this. If you are in the alternative community, a lot of women that you meet and come across are gonna fucking have tattoos. Tattoos are not about being promiscuous. Tattoos are not about being evil. Tattoos are often at times about fucking self-expression. Like if a fucking woman has a rose tattoo on her fucking ankle or something like that, that makes her a whore. If she has like a fucking black flag tattoo, or what if she has like a Black Lives Matter tattoo or something like that, or the 3 arrows from Anti-Fascist Action, that makes that woman a fucking bad person. A woman that has like live and let live, or live, laugh, love tattoo, oh, that's a fucking bad person. She's a whore. Look at her, she got fucking tattoos. Like, that takes fucking context. And like I said, it doesn't matter. The tattoos are just a fucking cosmetic. It's just fucking cosmetic. Because there's many different women out there who ain't shit that don't have tattoos. And it's not one way or the other. But a lot of the time, it ain't that simple as like, oh, you know, she ain't shit if she got tattoos on her. Fucking retarded, man.
Here for like 2 inches in diameter, right? Like 3 inches in length type tattoos. The small little tiny ones. Okay, all right, those are cool.
Like you putting parameters on a woman that can have too much tattoo. Wanna know what this fucking sounds like? Because a lot of if you ask me, a lot of leftist women have tattoos and what have you. And what they want to do is they want to keep you away from women that are free-spirited and more self-expressive. Because when you go towards women who are free-spirited and self-expressive, you start to learn a lot more and expand in life your horizons about how you think. So what this guy's going to do, he's going to tell you like, oh, stay away from that woman that is free-spirited and that's not afraid to be herself. Go with women that are like reclusive and closed in, which is no woman nowadays. Not to mention the fact, I'm going to tell you something that's some real shit. You people with these red pill political views need to keep in mind that women, no matter how politically informed they are or not, don't want no nigga that's trying to clamp down on her and tell her what she can and can't do and trying to reduce her to being a fucking house servant. No woman wants that. Every woman sees it. Every woman knows it. And no, you don't just talk about working out and going to the gym and being a strong man, because you should be a strong man for yourself by yourself, and we have to under capitalism a lot of the time. But no woman wants no nigga that's like, if you have a tattoo, you a hoe. No woman want no motherfucker like that. And if you keep listening to motherfuckers like this, you gonna stay single.
Those still get a pass, but I'm talking about the full sleeves covered all up, down to your legs, your arms, your chest and shit like that. No.
Most people don't even have the money to get that amount of tattoos anyway, so good on you.
Save that for the warriors, you understand me? Save the war paint for the warriors, okay?
What does that even mean? Whatever, dude.
Women who dress like this in public, I don't know what this one's referring to, doesn't give us an example. S-workers, all of them. All right, you disregard all of them. OnlyFans girls, mattress actresses, scrippers, call girls, escorts, IG models, bottle girls, etc. Okay?
I'm going to tell you right now that a lot of women in these industries, like I said, it truly varies by person. Because to be honest with you, being a sex worker or a model or a bottle girl is just a fucking job. And most women don't necessarily take to the... Because it's like this. Everybody has a work personality and a work persona, and everybody has a at home persona. Just because a woman might act promiscuous, you know, as a stripper and stuff like that, that's a part of the fucking job. And a lot of women that are working this job are not necessarily the type of person that they have to portray. So, yeah, what I'm saying at the end of the day is that give peace a chance and be open minded to dating and talking to anybody, because you never know how down to earth and how real a lot of these women can be. Though I've never dated a sex worker, I've befriended a lot of them over the years and stuff like that. Not a lot of them, but a few. About two of them. And they just regular people at the end of the day who do a job. And they can even cross over with a lot of stuff that you like. Especially, you know, being a punk rocker, you know, a skater, a, you know, person that's into anime and, you know, cosplay and stuff like that. There's a lot of women who are models that are into that. And you can start a conversation from there. And then boom, the next thing you know, you are a fine ass OnlyFans model. So like, you never know. You got to be open minded to many different kinds of women. And another thing too is that women like that are very rare and far and few between. Because a lot of these guys try to paint this picture like every woman is walking around on OnlyFans and shit like that. But the majority of women just have normal fucking jobs. But no matter what job they have or don't fucking have, it's all about who the person is on the inside. It's not about what they do for a job. Again, keep listening to shit like that that's teaching you to be adversarial with women. You're going to stay single.
Makes perfect sense. Women with an IG page. Now, this one will be hotly contested in personal Instagrams. I actually agree with this one, unless they got like, you know, 27 people following them, right? Like private accounts. I might give you a little bit of pass on this one. Or if it's just for a business account, right? Women that utilize Instagram for some degree to market whatever product that they're selling.
It's most women that have Instagram accounts just have private accounts, because again, this is kind of relating to the sex worker thing. Most women are just normal people with normal jobs that post normal shit, and it's not a bunch of women like jumping over shit, posting you know, horrors images of themselves for OnlyFans subscribers. You actually got to go seek out and look for those women. Or you might come across them at random, but most women just have normal jobs, like at a restaurant or, you know, at a factory, just like you.
Third, as long as the product is in themselves. Women with non-ear piercings. So this means piercings on the labia minora as well as the mammary glands. Okay. Women with purple hair. Yeah.
Why is that a bad thing? Explain to me, why is that a bad thing? Again, women can't have no form of self-expression or individuality at all. Like, women have to be these fucking you know, and it's like, oh, she's trying to sexualize herself. Every little thing that a woman does to herself, for herself, is not to impress men or to be sexual either. Whether we're talking about the piercings or purple hair, women are also human beings who like to express themselves and look beautiful, and they do body modifications to themselves, whether it's tattoos, whether it's piercings, whether it's different hairstyles or hair colors, because they're human beings that like to express themselves. And again, you know, this goes far and few. No woman is gonna sit around fucking in a box trying to be some like little fucking daffodil for you. It's not gonna happen.
Purple hair, red hair. If you change your color outside of the degrees of cultural freedom, then yes, that's exactly what that means.
What does degrees of cultural freedom even fucking mean? Who the fuck are you to tell women what's normal and what's not normal for them? Again, you know, because what I'm thinking about this, like I said before, is to keep you away from leftist women who are free-spirited and expressive, that'll teach you a different ways of looking at life. That's one half of this. And like I said, I feel like the other half is also, you know, it's like I told you also, no woman wants to be with no motherfucker that tries to cut off the parameters of how they can express themselves. In fact, a lot of women that are more, you know, self-expressive and shit like that are some of the coolest women that you can meet and the most understanding. And, you know, not to say it's a zero-sum game, but because it never is. But at the end of the day, what a woman has done to her body as a body mod, you know, tattoo, piercing, or hair color, doesn't mean anything.
Women with friends. Absolutely, birds of a feather, they flock the hell together.
Not really always, dude. Like I said, this is like a prejudgment on somebody, because you can be talking to, because like, look, women can't control what other women do as much as men can't control what other men do. You follow me, right? So you can have women that are decent people that so happen to be friends with, gotta say it, women who like to have a lot of casual sex. And these friendships can be just happenstance. You don't know how they could have met or what they could have been through. And it's wrong of you to just straight up judge them for for having friends that are like that. Because this is stupid. This is like saying like you're talking to a girl for a few weeks now and you're getting ready to go on a date, and then she talks to you about one of her friends that's like a hoe or something like that, right? Or she has a lot of casual sex. Like, man, my friend, she can't get her life together. She's always sleeping around with all these different guys, and then you cancel the date over that, and then you tell her birds of a feather, sorry, and then you go back and you'll fucking hate watching cycle watching bullshit like this. Again, does this sound honest to you?
Models who market to men. Not really sure what that means. Yeah, sure. That probably goes along with the S worker thing as well. Women who travel regularly. Yeah, if you take single trips, girls trips, this and a third. No. I already know.
Because, number one, let me tell you something. I don't know how the fuck people that do it afford to do it. Traveling is a hobby. Anybody can do it, man or woman. And it's not about fucking people and getting them to fly you out places. I'm trying to keep my videos a little cleaner so I can catch the algorithm. But people like this really fucking upset me. People travel because they can fucking travel. They have the freedom to get on a fucking plane or get on a Greyhound and drive to the places where they want to drive and go to the places that they want to fucking go. And you don't got the right to tell them that they can't. And then again, this is how you miss out on shit yourself, because you can have a woman that travels a lot, right? And then you're like, oh, you must be a hoe because you travel a lot. And then look at you missed out. You could have been traveling, going to fucking Kansas City, going to California, New York, Detroit, Chicago, Miami. But guess what? You can't do it anymore. You listen to this guy, like, well, you travel a lot, so I don't want to date you. You're lost.
Know what happens on these single trips. I just went to DR not too long ago and I was watching women in relationships and married young women.
Dude, do you really these one-off story like some I saw this one story about this woman cheating on her husband while she was traveling, so they'd do the same thing to you. That's basically what's being implied here. Yeah, don't trust them. They'll cheat on you too. The fuck, bro.
Do absolutely deplorable and despicable things. Okay? Let's proceed. Women who drink liquor regularly. Yes, absolutely. Party girls is what this is referring to. I don't want you. I'm not in the party portion of my life anymore. Get over it.
I mean, there's an argument to be made here. It depends though. If a woman just drinks alcohol as a way to sit back, relax and shit, or she could be an alcoholic. Of course, stay away from alcoholic, but if the woman is just like a casual drinker and she gets a little buzzed every now and again, just it doesn't matter. It really does not, bro. This shit like this don't fucking matter. It really doesn't.
You're a grown up. Anyway, women with weak absentee fathers, you should always take stock of this. The thing is that if the father is deceased, you still have to figure out kind of what was his impact within their life. I'd also
ain't that a bitch? That's so fucking disrespectful that you could turn around and say that. Oh, even the father's absent, even if he died, if he was in the fucking U.S. Army and he got fucking hit by a mortar in Afghanistan, well, you still gotta see what impact he had on her, because you never really know. Some of these weak absent fathers who died of cancer.
Like to add one onto this as I see this. I don't see it down as this. Women that are much more liberal facing and or thinking. Believe in this whole sexual liberation shit. They believe that.
See, I knew we would get there eventually, bro. Because let me tell you something. Women who are more liberal facing will more likely be productive to you as a man. Because again, Being a conservative man is about being a reclusive recluse, refusing to expand his horizons and see the world as a better place for what it is, or trying to make the world a better place. When you're reclusive, ignorant, conservative, always pointing fingers, whether you do it through the word of God, whether you do it through red pill or black pill shit, you turn into a fucking reclusive asshole. And it makes women not want to be with you. And sometimes what pulls a lot of men out of that is by meeting the right woman. And he doesn't want you to do that, because when you meet more liberal women, more women are liberal more often anyways, or even, but because like I said, it's not even about the woman being liberal. It's mostly just that women are not going to accept nobody that's trying to tell them how they can and can't live. But point being is just that most women don't want to be with nobody that's trying to take their rights and freedom away from them. And no woman wants to be with nobody that's judging them for mistakes that they made in the past. So he's just saying anything he can to keep you away from women, feminist women, liberal women, or leftist women that can possibly talk to you and deconstruct some of the things that you went through and make you a better and more positive person. That's what he's trying to stop you from doing right here. Because again, repeat business to these type of channels, whether it's male or female, that teaches you to hate the other gender. Repeat business is the name of the game. And like I said, he doesn't even want you talking to somebody like me or meeting somebody like me in person, because I'll tell you straight up, like, no, men don't have it hard because you saw a woman twerking on OnlyFans. Men have it hard because of capitalism. And he doesn't want people to have those conversations, because when people have these conversations, they lose viewers.
They should be able to dress however it is that they want, with their areolas showing through the lace of their top, and feel as.
And then here the fuck he goes with this, like, oh, women just dress without bras, without with their nipples showing, and most women just like support it. This is whiny incel bullshit that no woman fucking believes. But at the end of the day, yes, a woman has the right to wear wherever the fuck they want, but most women are not come out in public like that. When was the last time you went out in public and you saw a woman nipples through her shirt? Shit like this doesn't happen. It's made up to keep you angry.
As though that they should be treated the exact same as every other woman, which is goddamn ridiculousness. Women who live alone. All right, this one's a little bit ridiculous. I don't know if I can bang with y'all on this one just because you don't have roommates. You want to deselect her? You can't get with me there. A woman with a party voice, to me, this just means loud and obnoxious. Yeah, sure. Okay, that means that she's not.
I don't agree with this one, because a lot of women that are quote-unquote loud and obnoxious are just self-expressive and sometimes funny. Now, there can be cases where a woman is like loud, obnoxious, is unnecessary, and she just needs to shut the fuck up. But sometimes if a woman is like self-expressive, she likes to joke, she's like, a very entertaining person, I say give peace a chance, because you never know. Because if you are because like for me, for instance, like I'm a very quiet person, but my wife is very self-expressive. And, we got good chemistry like that. And, she keeps me happy because the person that she is. So be wary of that, how you interpret, quote-unquote party voice.
Feminine. She likes to scream and shit. Women on dating apps. I think I'll give you a pass on this one. We're starting to get into the realm of ridiculousness. I know many women that have tried a dating app, really actually looking for a relationship, and they quickly get off of it when they find out that it's a haven to get your rocks off. But yeah, if you're actively dating her and she's still on the dating app, then she's goddamn for the streets.
She belongs to the streets.
Absolutely. Women who've been on Fresh and Fit, that is pretty funny.
Broken clock, right twice a day or once a day.
Women with lists, women who have been engaged, divorcees, American black women. What? What the fuck? Y'all going
Ooh, John trying to not see.
deal with this list. Not all of them. I maintain on my platform, maybe 5% of them is still okay. All right, they haven't been corrupted and contaminated to the point.
I'm not going to even get into the systemic deconstruction of why black women are the way that they are often at a time nowadays. with the fact that it's not 5% of black women that are good. It's more than 5%. You can't put a number on it. There's lots of good black women out there, and black women that are bad, in your opinion, are the way that they are for a more systemic reasoning, not because black women had different skull shapes or whatever the fuck this guy believes. Man, wrap this shit up.
Point of getting away from all of them, all right? But I see where this is going because a large majority of them, their minds are just so goddamn unmarriageable. So I understand, but I wouldn't agree with this completely. Women raised in the West. Again, I think it's about 5% of them that are tolerable. But anyway, let me know what you guys think down in the comment box.
Man, that was stupid. The fuck, bro? Again, because I'm very actually passionate about this subject, I will end off by saying it again, very clearly, straightforward. Do not listen to people on the internet, male or female, that teach you to have an adversarial relationship with the opposite sex. These people profit off your misery. They profit off your loneliness. They profit off you clicking on the next video. They profit off you being angry, and they profit off you never getting out. They profit on you always being lonely, always being angry, and you not growing as a person. So if it's a woman with some tattoos, it's a woman that's a sex worker, it's a woman has OnlyFans, it's a woman that is self-expressive and different. Make sure you give her a chance, because that might just be the one. And don't spend your entire life being adversarial with women. This is the Skate Punk Lefty, and I'll see you in the next video.